This is a creative spark episode. I'm just going to share a few little things that I've been adding to my self-care creative rituals in case it feels supportive for you too. So, the first one is in my journaling time and just tarot spread, even if it's just you don't have very much time at all, but you pull a card. It could just be a card of the day, and then draw some kind of art, do some kind of art connected with one part of the card that stands out to you. It can be bigger than that. It can also just be like, what is that one detail and what is it like to just connect with that detail and see what happens? So doing art for from that tarot card, that one detail that stands out to you, and then see how it kind of flows through the day. But there is something so sweet about that little creative practice right when you wake up. During the time in between sessions, I will sometimes do a little bit of just art connected to kind of energy of session. That might just be line, shape, and color. It might be non-identifying information, but somehow doing art. It can also be like a releasing, drawing what needs to be released on paper that you don't carry forward the rest of the day. So just exploring that, but what happens if you do kind of micro art in between sessions and see how that feels. And then three, this is just such, it's become such a practice. I really love it. I go to the Reddit Draw Me, Reddit street thread, I guess it's called. And from there, there's all of these different photos of different people that they themselves have posted to be drawn or some kind of art created about them. And so you can decide what portrait you want to create art around. And I invite you to create art with someone that maybe you don't yeah, that you maybe look different than, or that you're not regularly seeing every day, maybe from a different country altogether, or just, yeah, exploring, but just really sitting with creating art. And I'll be using the Kieran watercolor markers and then watercolor paper, but you can do this with anything. And I love this community because they're so supportive. It's like be excellent to each other, and you get a real response from the person that you just created art for. And also, you get to see all the variations of all the different artwork that's been created of this one person. And you just really get to notice how many different forms. There's never like this, oh, well, this looks the best. It's like everyone has their different expression and come from a very unique place. And then there's just so much appreciation. But I love this. I love sitting with someone that I don't know and doing art for them. I think it's something we don't do enough these days, but when we're little, a lot of the time we are creating cards for someone, or there's some way that we're doing some kind of art for someone else, even if it's like just a family member. But we don't do that as much when we get older. And so it's just such a sweet way to connect with our empathy, connect with this like bigger picture, people all over the world. Somehow you'll probably never connect again, but somehow you are taking this moment to just wish them well as you're creating slowly for them and then sharing. And it's just so sweet. And then in the evening, I've been creating with a coloring book. So for me, I've never been like super into coloring books. I'm always coloring, like I just always color outside the lines, which is totally fine. I don't get too worried about it, but I just kind of like lose interest. But I have been using sparkly gel pens and doing that with the evening kind of ritual of like coloring with sparkly gel pens in some kind of really like fun, grounding, kind of like witchy coloring book, magical coloring book, and seeing how that feels while listening to something that I really enjoy. Maybe um, lately, sometimes it's like a Chani app, some meditations, or also like this podcast that's really fun that a therapist colleague shared with me called Normal Gossip. And that's like such a relaxing podcast because you know nothing really bad's going to happen. It's just like gossip of everyday people, but told in like really fun storytelling way. It's brilliant. But listening to something you like while you're doing sparkly gel pen coloring book time has just been so sweet. And I've like actually really noticed having less kind of like night spirals when I am doing some kind of art, and also not having to feel like, oh, I have to kind of create something, but just find a coloring book, maybe go to like, if you're in Portland, Oregon, go to Sea Grape Apothecary, see if they have some kind of cool coloring book or something, or just find one on Etsy or something that just feels really fun. And then color in with sparkly gel pens and just see what happens. So feel free to share if you try any of these. I would love to know, especially, yeah, the Draw Me Reddit is just, yeah, it's really a special thing. I've done probably like 40 or so portraits at this point, maybe more actually. Yeah, at some point almost want to like cut them out and see what they'd be like as like everyone together. Yeah, it's really sweet. So I hope you enjoy, and I look forward to connecting next. Connecting next.